Bongino, host of the Dan Bongino Show, streaming daily on Fox Nation, and host of Unfiltered with Dan Bongino Saturdays on Fox News Channel. Hey, Mr. Bongino, bonjour.
Good to see you all. Thanks for having me.
What do you think of the comment?
Well, the question here we should all be asking is, what is Dr. Fauci and others really hiding? It's pretty clear based on the evidence that what Dr. Fauci said there, and I'm trying to be nice here, guys, was at a minimum misleading. He knew exactly why the funding had been canceled, because the Trump administration, according to multiple reports, told him, hey, this lab had a questionable safety profile and may have been doing things we don't like. We shouldn't be giving them money. So that statement, again, being generous is misleading. And believe me, I'm emphasizing the being generous portion because I don't want to get accused of hyperbole on my end. Having said that, getting back to the initial question, what was Fauci and others, what do I believe they were really hiding here? Well, I covered this on my show on the network twice now. Guys, they were funding a bioweapons facility, okay? That's not a conspiracy theory, that's a fact. Was this, in fact, the coronavirus, COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, a bioweapon? We don't know. You would think that would be a question media people would be interested in answering, correct? It's not crazy. It was a bioweapons facility that was doing joint research. Having said that, China's actions afterwards would lead a sensible person to believe that China is still hiding something, and maybe that's the question. And one of them that I addressed this weekend on the show is this code, this footprint in the virus that has yet to be found in nature. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist in nature, but it hasn't been found. This double CGG code, guys, is in COVID-19. It's found almost exclusively in gain-of-function manipulated viral lab research. That's in the COVID virus that was built in a bioweapons lab. So let me just sum it up this way. Did your taxpayer money fund a Chinese bioweapon? I don't know, but you would think sane media people would be answering the question based on the breadcrumbs the Chinese government's left behind.
A senior administration official told the Wall Street Journal, President Biden is mindful of the fact that after 90 days, we might not have an absolute definitive answer, but he wanted a focused, intense, time-bound effort. Will we ever know?
Not with this guy in charge, Ainsley. That's all crap. That's a bunch of nonsense, pablum BS. We could find out right now. You know how? We had 3 researchers in the Bioweapons Wuhan Institute facility. We had 3 researchers get ill right around the time the pandemic started in China. Where are the blood tests from that? Where are they? Has anybody asked that question? I mean, if we had the blood test and the serum, we could look in there and detect to see if it was COVID-19. How hard is this to figure out? Also, we could ask questions like, what happened to Zhu Yuzhen? Who's Zhu Yuzhen, you ask? It was a military researcher working for the PLA, People's Liberation Army of China, who suspiciously was working on a vaccine for this virus before it was a pandemic.
Right.
Now, why would you want a vaccine if it's not a pandemic? Well, again, I go back to the original question. If you're creating bioweapons in a facility, it's probably a good idea to have a vaccine first. I'd love to ask Zhu Yuzhen questions, but we can't. You know why? Because he's dead under, quote, mysterious circumstances. Again, questions you think the media would be asking outside of this network, but they don't seem concerned, and neither does the Biden administration.
And that is why the administration is saying we don't know if after this 90-day intel community look at it, whether or not we're going to be able to figure it out, because the intel community doesn't look into pandemics. So let's see where we are in mid-July when the report comes out. Dan, thank you very much for joining us from down in Stuart, Florida.
Hey, thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
And great show over the weekend.
Yes.
They're all great.
Thank you. That was very nice of you, Brian. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
You bet.
Thanks a lot.
You bet.
See you guys.
All right.